Hey YouTube, what's going on today? Chris here. Want to bring you guys a little update on Bitcoin, some of the things I'm looking at. And guys, we're going to talk about what you see in the thumbnail there. Is Bitcoin having a false breakout? So that's what we want to be looking at today, really paying attention to, because we did get a little bit of a move off this trend line, guys. So we have to keep that in mind. We have to pay attention. It's still being obeyed right now. And right now we are on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. We will get into the day a little bit too, but I just wanted to show you guys some of the things that I was looking at. If you guys could like, subscribe, all that, I really appreciate it. And guys, also hit that notification bell if you do want these updates just sent to you at any time when I put videos out. You guys know I try to get like 1 to 2 videos out a day, best that I can. So guys, what we're going to get into is this a false breakout by Bitcoin? So you could see down here how off this trend line we made a really nice move. And guys, traditionally when you see candles like this, you would get some type of follow through with that. That is a very, very powerful candle here. It's almost a Marabazoo on the 4-hour. It just has that tiny little wick on top. So this is a very powerful candle, and it did come on some volume, but we had absolutely no follow through. You see guys who were buying this and said, oh, it's going to continue to go up. We got over this resistance right here. It's going to keep moving, and then it just falls back down. So that's what I wanted you guys to be careful of this breakout here. It didn't come on massive volume here, guys. And we're also dealing with a lot of overhead resistance here. This is just on the 4-hour. We're looking at the 200 moving average, which is overhead, which we wicked up to, but we did not close over. So I would love to see a close over that for us to be able to make a move back up to the top, because there is a lot of room to run once we get past this little hesitation here, if we were able to get up above the 200 and close above that, guys. But that's just simply not the case right now. You're seeing some rejection taking place on the 4-hour. So guys, let me clear this off for us here. All right, now we're going to back it out a little bit more, and we're going to really pay attention to this trend line. All right, so guys, this wide gap is actually beneficial for the trend line strength. All right, the more that I've been reading about trend lines and different things, so when you have a touchback here, then you have a long gap and more days that have taken place during this time, or more hours that have taken place during this time, it actually strengthens it. So then we had our second touch here, guys. We had our third touch here. We had our fourth touch here. And that's when many of us were thinking, hey, there's a potential that we actually could be breaking to the downside just due to everything that we've been seeing. You know, all the moving averages overhead on the daily, different types of stuff like that. But as of right now, we are holding this trend line, guys. So the more touches that we do have, though, when it breaks, if it does break to the downside, it could be violent. So you want to be prepared for that. I mean, these moves really can take place very fast. We could go from 3,700 down to 3,100 in the blink of an eye, guys. So let's keep our eye on that too. And what is nice, though, on the RSI here, we were making higher lows there. And we were making higher highs for the most part. We hit here, and then we kind of had a double top there. We came back down, and then we made another move to the upside. All right. So remember, on RSI and all that, guys, you want to have overhead resistances that you kind of map out as well. So like on the 4-hour here, this would be a big overhead resistance around that 74. If we get up to that, there could be a lot of guys shorting off that on the 4-hour alone. You know, and other people would draw this here as well and make sure that we don't break this in terms of if you're going long off that trend line. Pay attention to that. See if we come back down and get a bounce off that. These are the type of things that I like to look at, guys. But clearly, look at this 200 moving average just swooping in right here, and it's just dominating on the 4-hour. We cannot get up above that right now, so we're getting in this little squeezing area here. Next thing, guys, I want to back it out to the 1 day. So let's take a look at all this stuff on the day here. All right. And guys, please let me know what you're doing down low. Have you guys just been watching this trend line as well, paying close attention to it, waiting for a break potentially to the downside for a potential short opportunity, or have you been wanting to go long off this trend line because you believe this trend line is going to hold? That's the type of stuff I would really love to hear from you guys. I love all the comments and all the people who are reading and studying all that, guys. That's the reason why I'm here, and that's what I want to do. I want to help as many people as I can. So I'm so glad to see that and hear that people are working so hard. All right, guys. So here we're going to go back to looking at this little triangle formation that we've been forming. Guys, we're going to go off the real bodies for this one, closest we can. All right. So this is what I am still watching, guys. I want to see if this is a bear pennant, if it's just like some type of symmetrical triangle that we're dealing with here. But I want to see if we can continue to hold this trend line. I promise you guys, if this is broken, we close below it, I will see you down here around that $3,100. It's going to happen. It's going to happen very fast, and it's going to happen very violently. So we want to be aware of that, and we also want to pay attention to volume. So even right now, with this little false breakout to the top here, where's the big volume with it, guys? Where's the big follow through? We're not seeing it. And that's the thing in this market, guys. We have not been seeing the follow through. So right now, I'm following the trend. Right now, I'm patiently waiting. But in my opinion, I believe we could see further downside. And that's what I'm planning for. I'm planning for the upside, but I'm planning even more for the downside. You know, guys, we're hanging on to this trend line here. That's basically our last hope before we could drop to, you know, that 3,100. But guys, with a drop to that, if we were to find some support, that could be some type of a double bottom for us, though, which is a bullish reversal pattern, which we would want to study and look at. But overhead here, guys, take a look at the moving averages just swooping down right upon us. We're not holding them. Remember how I said we wanted to close up above that 20? Right now, we're not there, guys. Yesterday, we did not close up above the 20, so that's still overhead resistance. We have the crosses between that and the 50 there, right overhead. And you can see how we're getting pushed down by it, even on that little move that we just made. That's how powerful moving averages are, guys. We really have to pay attention. Support and resistance, moving average, which also act as support and resistance, and we have to pay attention to these trend lines. They can be crucial, guys. They truly can make or break people if you pay attention to these breaks. So that's what I wanted to bring to you guys. Right now, we do have a nice candle. Say we were to close here, we still would be below these guys, but this is a bullish like belt hold line candle. If you guys study that, bullish belt hold line candle, dig into that a little bit. And basically, guys, when they talk about this bullish belt hold, it means in control. So all this stuff, remember, is in Japanese and all that, the Japanese candlestick charting book. But that basically means you're in control, that belt hold line. Like when the sumo wrestlers go at it, when one holds the other person's belt and they have control of them, that's basically what we have in terms of the bullish belt hold line. But we're going to have to see where we close today, guys. I mean, we are still holding on, fighting on this trend line here. So, you know, we're just moving up it. So that means that right now the bulls and the bears, especially when we see this here, that they are kind of just in that stalemate. It's a price that it should be at for the moment, that 3,600, 3,700. The market's kind of settled on that and said, okay, that's where we're at right now. And now we're going to have to see, are the bears going to jump on or are the bulls going to defend here? So, guys, that's what I wanted to bring to you today. I didn't want to get into too much here. There's not a ton to talk about. We just have to see if we do get this continued follow through. If we do get the follow through here, guys, and we close up above these, the next spot I would look to see is if we can deal with this overhead trend line here. We'll probably come up and test around that $4,000 mark. So that's where I see on the upside is $4,000. That would be my target. On the downside, guys, we definitely could have a break through this 3,500. And if we do break that 35, that could be a very nice channel here, guys. If you're shorting, could go down to 3,100. So there's a lot of percentage move there that could happen. You guys can see I have an alert here around that 34.43, since you can't be around your screen all the time. And what I was figuring, guys, is basically what I'm going to do is move it up a little bit more. But during this time here, I was watching this and I had anticipation that we were going to have a trend line break to the downside. So I wanted to be alerted there so that I could potentially get in if that breaks on volume and ride that down to that 3,100. And then that would be my target. Most likely I'd get out, or I'd be watching where we're at in the market right there. So that was kind of my plan. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to set an alert to the upside as well, somewhere right around here, so I can get alerted if it starts to run as well. But then again, guys, check to make sure that's not a false breakout. There are so many false breakouts, and people don't talk about those enough, because you'll see that breakout of the trend line, you get all excited, and then all of a sudden, guys, it just comes and it goes right back through. And then that's just that bull trap region where guys, you know, try to go long there and they're caught holding the bag, and then the price goes down. So, guys, right now we're up 2.78%. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. If you like these videos, I will continue to bring them to you the best that I can. Now, guys, I'm just trying to work. I'm trying to study, trying to do all that I can. So, want to help as many people as I can. And I'll try to get back to the comments as soon as possible. God bless each and every one of you guys. Take care.